increasing economic opportunities, benefits through building cooperative businesses, building supportive and synergistic networks which grow an equitable, fair, and just economy. We serve all, yet we give priority to low-income communities, minorities, underserved areas of Metro Nashville and beyond. We look to reach out to those who've been marginalized and excluded from the general economy.
If we look at what the economy is, right, it's a construct, right? It's humans came up with this as a way to think about, how do we use the resources we have to meet the needs that we have? And in order to do that, we have to answer a few questions, and those are, what is produced, and how is it produced, who gets what we produce, and what is done with the profit or the surplus that's created. And of course, in capitalism, right, the idea is to constantly maximize this profit, and this profit usually goes to the shareholders and the CEOs. And so, so looking at what is the economy, right? What kind of questions does it answer? And who has the control, right? Who answers these questions in our economy? And what if we could change that, right? What if it were up to us as the community, as workers, as employees, right? What if it were up to us to think about an answer what do we need and how do we make that, right? We see there's no way around building creating something new, right? A new equitable economic system. And in creating a solidarity economy, we see the building of cooperatives, particularly worker cooperatives, as a solution for broader community-based distribution of wealth and control over the assets of production.
So, what is a worker cooperative? It is a for-profit business, although we don't call profits profits. We tend to view it as surplus. And is voluntary and open. All workers willing to accept responsibility of membership and meet the eligibility criteria are welcome to become members. The earning losses of the equity of the business are allocated to the workers on the basis of patronage. Ownership of the organization is in the hands of the worker members. Again, it's about democracy, meaning of the people. Worker members share the control and decision-making power, and it's one worker, one vote. It doesn't matter about the amount of capital you have invested or the patronage amount that you have allocated. It's one member, one vote. There's many benefits of a worker co-op. First of all, and they're listed here, control over the way the workers organize, perform, and manage. It gives people a voice in their workplace. Employment security, because the business, the entity is owned by the workers and workers who are part of the community. There's no chance that the business is going to pull stakes and move to some other location and move out of the community. So they're anchored there in the community for the most part. Financial and ownership stake in a business that's what worker owners mean, that the people who work there are the owners of the business. And it's an opportunity to practice democracy because our view of democracy here in this country is so limited for the most part. We exercise and practice democracy occasionally when it's time to vote for someone in political office. but for the most part, it's something that we don't do on a day-to-day basis. But this is an opportunity to extend our practice of democracy. And then it's shown that I guess it's due to the multiplier effect as far as when businesses are owned locally and hired locally and spend locally, the benefits kind of accrue to the community and circulate in the community.